I'm going to put the recording on. Right. Alright. We have a lot to do. Last week I couldn't have the class. It's a long story. I'll tell you all while discussing the paper. Okay. Alright. I mean, take out the paper. And or if you want to look at the question, you can look from her. She didn't have time to do the paper, no? You only saw the paper. I was in the paper yesterday morning. Uh, the question is about this question is about electromagnetic waves, they say. So, what has happened here? What is happening here? Which of these has the shortest wavelength? Which of these has the shortest wavelength? So they have given infrared, microwaves, ultraviolet, visible light. How do we get the answer for a question like this? Yes. What do you think, Navindi? Shortest wavelength. Why? Why did you pick the answer as ultraviolet? Yeah, higher frequency. No. Yeah. So basically, this is what you need to remember. To get the answer to this question, you have to remember the electromagnetic spectrum. Okay. You have to remember the electromagnetic spectrum. In the electromagnetic spectrum, what happens? In the electromagnetic spectrum, guys, you have to know that from left to right, the frequency of the waves increase. Ne? It's like this, and gradually frequency increases. Frequency of the waves increase. So basically, what you have to understand here is, if you had remembered the electromagnetic spectrum, you will know the method of the waves. Microwaves are the start. After microwaves, sorry, before microwaves, they have radio waves. They don't have it in this four answers. After radio waves, we've got microwaves. After microwaves, we've got infrared. After infrared, we've got visible light. After visible light, we've got ultraviolet. After ultraviolet, we've got X-rays and gamma rays. It's like that. You have to remember that spectrum in order to get the answer here. So according to that, you have to understand when this series is going in that manner, the what happens to wavelength? Can you see gradually the wavelength is decreasing, and what happens to the frequency? The frequency is increasing. So they say which of the has the shortest wavelength. Shortest wavelength means highest frequency. So you have to choose the type of wave furthest away from this cone. So that is ultraviolet waves. So here the answer is ultraviolet waves. So if you have gotten this wrong, that is in order to remember this. So I want you to go home and review this paper. Reviewing this paper in the sense, you have to go through the questions in this paper and go through those specific theory parts again. So put a note as ultraviolet waves. Okay, put a note as ultraviolet waves. Not ultraviolet waves, electromagnetic spectrum note neither question. Just write down electromagnetic spectrum. If you had gotten it wrong or if you had gotten it correct, it's okay. Write down electromagnetic spectrum. So when you are going through this paper, you have to look at electromagnetic spectrum theory if you had gotten this question wrong. Harid? Okay. So online students, raise hands if you got this question correct. Those who are joining online. All right. Okay. Great. Right. You can put down your hands, guys. Now, next, what have we got? Next, what we have is, which of the following statement is not correct? Now, remember, there can be only one wrong statement. You should get into the question. So, basically, electromagnetic waves are longitudinal. No, they are not longitudinal. What are longitudinal? Is it? Are they longitudinal? What is longitudinal, guys? First of all, tell that to me. What do you think? What is longitudinal? What is transverse? What about you? What do you think? Did you got an answer to that question? What's the answer?
Electromagnetic waves can travel between stars.
Yeah, they can. Oh, okay. Here's the thing. To get the answer correctly to this question, you should understand what is known as longitudinal and what is known as transverse. An electromagnetic wave. Who's Rashikala Naik? Who's that? Oh yeah, Leon Kennedy. Okay. Right. You are Leon, right? Yes, I remember you. Okay. Okay. So Leon, we are discussing still in the first question. Na? We are in the first question. The answer for first question, Roman number 1 is answer C, ultraviolet waves. And now we are moving on to the second question. Okay, we are in the second question. Second question in the sense, question number 1, Roman number 2. So basically, to get the answer for this question, you should know what is the difference between transverse waves and longitudinal waves. Okay, Shenuli, can you tell me what is a transverse wave? What is a transverse wave? Sarad? A transverse wave means a wave which the particle waves where particles oscillate perpendicular to the direction of propagation of energy. The method good prashna, I know you didn't understand when I said that. So basically you should understand this is how a transverse waves goes. Main motion එක දැකලා තියෙනවා, you are familiar with this motion, right? So if I were to draw an x-axis, if I were to draw an x-axis on top of it, how would it look like? Particles will be moving up and down. මෙහෙම තමයි යන්නේ. So at this instant, this particle right here is moving up. But what about the next second? Can you understand this wave is going to move right? At the next second, what is going to happen? At the next second, this particle might be moving down. Is it clear? So the particles are moving up and down. Then all the particles are going with the wave. That is wrong. Okay? If you had thought the particles are moving, no, that's not what's happening. Particles are being used as stepping stones. Is it clear? Stepping stones by whom? By energy to travel. Energy is traveling in this direction of x. X direction में के energy travel कराने. Particles are oscillating just perpendicular to the direction of motion. See, this is perpendicular, no? Makes right angle with the direction of propagation of energy. Means propagation means direction where energy travels. Okay, so you have to understand that. So that is a transverse wave. So if you don't know the definition, I'm going to write it the definition. Okay, මේවා දන්නේ නැත්නම් on the paper itself write it down. So the answer is not C. Here the answer, I'll tell you what the answer is. First of all, transverse wave is a wave where particles oscillate, a wave where particles oscillate perpendicular. So perpendicular ලියන්න නැතුව I'm just going to put this symbol. This symbol means perpendicular කියන එක. At right angles.
This is on the transfer energy.
Yeah, this is for transverse waves, not transfer energy. This is for transverse waves. I'm just giving a definition, okay? Transverse waves. This is the definition for transverse waves. What are the wave where particles oscillate perpendicular to the direction of energy propagation. Energy propagation means direction in which energy travels. What are the? Okay. Of energy propagation. Then this is for transverse waves. Quickly copy it down. What are longitudinal waves? Longitudinal. Longitudinal means the opposite here. Longitudinal waves mean what? Waves where particles are oscillating parallel to the direction of propagation of energy. So in transverse waves, the particle was moving up and down, right? Particle is moving up and down. In longitudinal waves, particles were moving side to side. Side to side. So the best example to represent a longitudinal wave is a slinky. There are compressions and there are rarefactions. There are compressions like this and there are rarefactions like this. Is it clear? It has to be clear for you guys. Okay? Right. So this is for longitudinal waves. What is the definition? A wave where particles oscillate parallel to the direction of energy propagation. एक particles move in side to side. Okay. So I think you can write it on your own for longitudinal waves. First of all, finish for transverse waves. Then we'll move on to longitudinal waves. I'm going to send an image of this to the group. Yes, this group of ours, yes. Okay. For transverse waves, you have written. For longitudinal waves, write down the same definition. Waves where particles oscillate, instead of this perpendicular sign, write down parallel. Parallel කියන එක ලියන්න. Parallel to the direction of propagation of energy. Okay, you can see the make matter. I don't know why this is happening, but is there a connection issue? Is the blood blurred, guys? Then a blur වෙනනේ. I think the blood is blurred, no? Just give me 1 second. What was it? It was that you can use gamma radiation to sterilize surgical equipment before undergoing surgeries, before performing surgeries. Now, මේ අර surgery කරන equipment මේ soap දාලා නෙමෙයි හොදන්නේ. Right? Soap දාලා අපි හදුවට ඒක මේ it doesn't get clean. So therefore we have to use something like gamma radiation. Radiation so powerful it can even kill the bacteria and everything. That can't be seen to the human eye. Okay, so if you had written an answer like used for sterilizing medical equipment before performing surgeries in hospitals, you get full marks. Also මේ gamma radiation කියන එක is they are using it to kill cancer cells. මෙහෙම දැන් හිතන්න, for example, let's say imagine you have lung cancer. හරිද? lung cancer තියෙනවා නම් එයාලා කරන්නේ මේ they have like something like this 3 small මොකක් හරි මේ වගේ දෙක සම attach it to your lungs. හරිද? දෙකක් ගහනවා, මෙතන එකක් ගහනවා. Then they just cover you with something like a plastic sheet and then you have to wait. හරිද? You have to wait. They are like sending gamma radiation to you, not through those things. I don't know how they are sending it. You just seen it. හරිද? And then what happens is ඒකට expose වුණාට පස්සේ ඔයාලට හරිම nauseous. හරි අමාරුයි. The cancer patients, that's why they are like අමාරුනේ. This is not chemotherapy. Chemotherapy කියන අර මේකක් ගහගෙන ඉන්නවනේ. That's what chemotherapy. That is also, here's the thing. Chemotherapy කරන එක නෙමෙයි අමාරුයි. It's not that you can get like those liquids, what is it, the medicine through a pipe to your body through a line. ඒක නෙමෙයි අමාරු. Not saline. In chemotherapy it's something else, like a yellow color liquid. එහෙම එක එක colors තියෙනවා. එයාලා මේ එක එක stages වලදී like they change the medicine that they are giving. It's very strong. ඒක අංකට ගන්න එක නෙමෙයි අමාරු, but the after effects are what's hard. hair fall වෙන්න පටන් ගන්නවා, මේවා වෙනවා, like you lose weight, everything හරි අමාරුයි. cancer නම් හදාගන්න එපා. You know, actually මට හැදිලා නෙමෙයි මන් දන්නේ හොදේ. මට හැදිලා නෙමෙයි මන් දන්නේ, but then still I like look into those stuff. What happens, I'm interested anyway. I don't want to be a doctor, man. හරිද? මම engineering එකේ මට එහෙම වෙන්න ඕනේ නැහැ, but still it's kind of interesting because I have to teach you all as well. Anyway, part B, second one. Hurry. Explain the risk to patients and doctors of using gamma radiation. Again, they are asking not the risks, they are asking the risks of gamma radiation. Doctors ලාට උනත් patients ලාට උනත් කාට උනත් it's a risk as a risk. So what is the risk? It can cause cancer as well. Mutate cells. එයාලා expose වුණොත් it can cause cancer, mutate cells, and yeah. So like that. If the doctor or the patient, like a doctor, and like, because they are always exposed, no, to these types of radiation. So if they are exposed continuously, right? If they are continuously exposed, their risk of cancer and mutation of cells increase, right? Yes. So they damage good cells and everything. Issues. So then you might ask, so if a cancer patient is undergoing this gamma radiation treatment, won't his cells get mutated? Ne? Yes. Venna puluwan. Cells and everything can get damaged. But while the damage is happening, our cancer cells would marry. That is also happening. Ne, here's the thing. they haven't still found a cure for cancer, I think. No, it's actually pretty sad. Still found a cure, meme. Okay, I personally think they have found a cure, but they are not giving the cure. But if you want to do this chemotherapy and everything, I think it will cost like 10 million. 10 million විතර cost කරනවා. Imagine if this patient is fully cured, මේ 10 million ගෙවන්න ඕනේ නැහැනේ. Is it clear? දැන් මේක තමයි වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. මට නම් හිතෙන්නේ cancer වලට තියෙනවා medicine එකක්. They have created හදලා තියෙනවා ඒක දෙන්නේ නැහැ ඉතින්. Is it clear? Because they want to make money. You know, even this LGBTQ scenario, you know, you have heard about LGBTQ, right? Yes. So they are also, once you get a change, once you change your gender, you have to take a lot of these hormones and everything. Those cost a hell a lot of money. Okay, and it will also like regulate the population as well. A propaganda ne okkom. Even COVID-19. So like propaganda, I sometimes feel it's propaganda, but I don't know for sure. Okay, I'm just saying, think out loud. Okay, that's it. Anyway, doesn't matter. Then metana was this clear? What has happened? Why the doctors and patients have a risk? What their risk is? Increased risk of cancer and mutation of cells. That's really right. Okay. Now part 3. State one way of reducing the risk to a doctor who uses gamma radiation. What is the way? Use for a limited time. He had to use nokara bane. He has to somehow use to treat his patients. So therefore, use for a limited time. That is why when you are taking MRI scan, etoro gamma radiation නෙමෙයි යන්නේ එතන. X-rays යන්නේ. When you are taking a MRI scan or a PET scan, අර දාන්නේ ලොකු machine එකකට වහලා තියෙන්නේ මෙහෙම. Have you seen? The everyone else goes out of the room. That is the reason. එයාලත් හිටියොත් like they are doing like 10-20 scans a day, no? So imagine how much radiation they are getting exposed if they stay inside with you. You will be exposed only once, ne? පාකරොත් PET scan එක. So it's like that. Here's the thing, those PET scans and everything, they are not 100% accurate. කියන මන් දන්න එක්කෙනෙක් හිටියා a PET scan cost like 150,000. Okay, to do a PET scan it costs like 150,000. PET scan එක හරියට වෙලා නැහැ ඒක කරපු පාර. There had been error in the scanning machine. එයාට ආයෙ කරන්න උන 150,000 දීලා. Yeah. මේක මේ
That's just a scam.
Yeah, exactly. Tehas. Right, Tehas, good morning. As usual, ne? හරියම උදේ ගවිලා තියෙන්නේ. It's 9 AM, man. Class started at 8:30. You know what? කවන්නේ මං ඔයාට මේ අනිත් දවසේ කලින් එන try කරන්න ඉතින්. But still I'm recording this session, so you are in luck. මම recording එකේ මුල් ටික එවන්නම්. Okay? So for doctors, we are in question number 2, last part. So for doctors, they can use it for a limited period of time only. Okay? Right. Now what we have? Next what we have, guys? Next what we have is question number question number 4. 1 2 3 4. Yes, question number 4. Okay. In this fourth question, they have given gamma rays, X-rays, UV, visible R. ඉතින් මේ දීලා තියෙන electromagnetic spectrum from high frequency to low frequency they have given ne? From high frequency to low frequency. Why? Gamma rays have high frequency, radio waves have low frequency. Okay. So basically they have said here, state 2 sections of the spectrum that are used for communication. Communication, what are the 2 spectrums used? We use radio waves. What else? Microwaves. Radio waves and microwaves are microwaves. Are there? It's not microwaves. It's not microwaves. Microwaves, how do you use? Are microwaves can heat can. We can't use microwaves. Yeah, is there anyone who have written microwaves else? So radio waves are in radio waves. Like we get these signal towers and everything. We have them everywhere. So the signals are given through radio waves. Yeah, okay, great. Tehas has written. You have also written microwaves, no? No, sorry. Raise down your hand. Put down your hand. So microwaves, Tehas, it's actually wrong. It's not microwaves. How can we use microwaves? Can you remember? Mang එහෙම එකක් දීලා තියෙනවද? In the this thing, have I given something like that in the theory note? Microwaves can be used. to for communication no අනිත් එක තමයි so radio waves is correct. The other one you can write is the most sensible one. Okay, if this was the Excel examination, IGCS examination, they'll give marks for microwaves and visible light as well. හරිද? In rare cases මේක කරනවා. Okay නෙමෙයිද? හරිද? In rare cases like they use microwaves for some type of communication, but ඒක හරි නෑ හොඳේ. Somehow if you have written it in the IGCS exam, they give you marks for microwaves, radio waves, visible light. ඒවට දෙනවා. හැබැයි the most sensible answer that you can write here after radio waves is infrared waves. අහලා තියෙනවද infrared? So communication means communicate කරන්න කියන්නේ අපිට මොකක් හරි signal එකක් දෙන්න වගේනේ. I mean we can use the TV remote, right? The air conditioner remote. Color light එකත් පුළුවන් control කරන්න. I can't remember the name. Okay, I had this device when I was small. ඒකේ නම මොකක් හරි not surf shark. මොකක් හරි අර NFP hari මොකක් හරි මොකක් මේ it's a small device like this. It got confiscated in my school. ඉස්කෝලෙන් එක අල්ලගත්තා මං AC මාරු කරලා ගොඩක්. They didn't give it to me after that, but yeah. We were in like we have this. I was from Royal College, so we have this RCU, Royal College Union. It's like a building. There are like so when let's say someone comes and there's like a workshop. That's where you go to do the workshop. The air conditioner room. I was just switching the ACs, and yeah, I was just increasing the temperature and everything, doing stuff like that. එතකොට මේ like one of the prefects saw it. So I was anyway, I was 14 years old at that time. The prefects were 19. They confiscated it and I never saw it after that. So basically this cost me back then like $150. මම මේක හවායි ගිහින් එන ගමන් අරන් ආවේ. Okay, so what happened is AK you can so this air conditioner has a specific IR frequency mode. එතකොට මං ඒක මෙතන ලයිට් එකෙන් එව්වොත් විතරයි ඒක වැඩ කරන්නේ. Imagine if I use an Abans remote, sometimes it might not work. Sometimes it might work. හොඳේ. So only that air conditioner works for a specific frequency. අරකේ it comes usually auto saved. Oh, I can like change the frequency till I get it correct. ඒකේ section එකක් තියෙනවා auto saved එනවා. Air conditioners ගොඩක. Like many types of air conditioners, the specific frequencies it comes auto saved. Or if not, I can change it. Look up color, I can look at the internet no බලුවම ඔකට අග්ගාලා එනවා කෝඩ් එක ගහුවම what is the IR frequency that I have to send it, so I can change it and send. Even color light it works. It's banned. Okay, මේක ban කරලා තියෙන්නේ like it's banned in the US. Sorry. Yeah, don't ask me how I got it. Okay, it's me no. Anyway, yeah, I had a like a pretty I had a pretty good run with it. Like it was fun to use it and everything. Change the color lights. Me कोहुवाला junction ने color lights change करा मैं. Seriously, right? You can do stuff like that with this. Yeah, I was your age, huh? Imagine. Okay, so radio and infrared waves can be used. I can't remember the name of this now. नाम मत करने. You can look it up actually if I can remember the name. बाल लगी है ना. Okay. So that is part 3 question Roman A. Then part 3 second one, state 2 sections of the spectrum that are used for cooking. Okay. එකකට පුළුවන්. We can use microwaves. What else? IR උත් පුළුවන්. Infrared උත් ගන්න. Microwaves and infrared කිලුත් ගන්න. Can be used for cooking. Microwaves and infrared. Okay, next part. The arrow below the table shows a direction of. Alright, again our table එක තියෙන්නේ. It was showing to the right, like right, the direction is to the right නේ. මෙහෙමනේ වෙන්නේ. So what are they showing the direction of? Increasing wavelength, correct. දැන් මතක තියාගන්න. You have to remember frequency අඩුම කෙනාට තමයි longest wavelength තියෙන්නේ. The one which has the longest highest frequency has the shortest wavelength. I wrote it in the beginning of the class. I drew it in the beginning of the class. Can you remember? Yes. So the answer here is C. No, D. Ne? The answer is D. Right? Increasing wavelength. Yes. Those who have gotten that question correct, can you raise your hands, online students? Okay. I mean part D. Roman number D gatta kattiya. Just raise your hands. 1, 2, 3. Right. Okay. Sashmi, you didn't got that question correct. Right. Okay. 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 Right. You can lower your hands, guys. Okay. Lower your hands. Part C. Radio station broadcast a frequency 200 kilohertz. Wavelength. Okay. What is the equation linking speed, frequency, and wavelength? Yes, wave speed equals frequency into wavelength. That is the question answer. Okay. So answer is V equals F lambda. All of V equals F lambda can leave what they give marks. But what is more recommended? Use the names that they have given. So you can use wave speed. You can make it marks then okay. Frequency into wavelength. Right? Okay, then the second one just substitute values here. So Roman number 2 okay, make it a value substitute kind of thing. Right? So what are the values given? 1500 meters. And now here's the thing. 200 kilohertz. If you want, you can convert to hertz. Hertz වලට convert කරලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔයාගේ final answer kilohertz වලින් answer තියන්න පුළුවන්. We'll see. We are supposed to find what? Speed. Yes. So speed is V. What is frequency? 200 kilohertz. 200 kilohertz become. Did you convert this to? Did you convert this to hertz? No. Alright. Let's take kilohertz. What is the wavelength? 1500 meters. So what is the answer you are getting? You are getting a big answer, no? 3000, 300,000. 300,000 what? Meters per second? What's the unit you used? You didn't write a unit. I think 300,000 kilometers per second. Is it clear why this kilo තියෙනවනේ? මෙතන k එකක් තියෙනවනේ, can you see? It's kilohertz no? Imagine if we had converted this kilohertz to hertz times 10 to the power 3 කියලා දැම්මොත් මෙතන kilometers වෙන්නේ නැහැ. This becomes times 10 to the power 3 meters per second. So you can basically like 3 times 10 to the power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 නේ. 3 times 10 to the power 8 meters per second කියලා ලියන්න පුළුවන්. Raise your hands if you understood this question. මේ answer එක ගත්තා නම් ඉස්සෙල්ලා raise hands කරන්න. Alright, you understood this, right?
Shouldn't you divide it by 1500?
Why do you? It multiply it. V equals F lambda.
It doesn't make sense though.
What do you mean? Again? Why divide them in the? Like you don't get it. Okay. Alright. Alright then. No, I'll just teach this again just in case. Okay. Can you understand this hertz? 1 hertz is equal to 1 s minus 1. මතකද? Why? Frequency equals 1 over time period. හරිද? Because of that only you have to understand. හරිද? එතකොට instead of hertz I am going to put s minus 1. එතකොට හරියට තේරෙනවා. ඔන්න බලන්න. So V is equal to F lambda again. Frequency is 200 kilohertz. හරි. Instead of kilohertz, how do we convert kilohertz to hertz? Kilo කියන එකේ prefix එකක් නේ. What is the kilo? This thing. Kilo means 10 to the power 3. 10 to the power 3. So instead of kilo, I can write 10 to the power 3 hertz. හරිනේ? Then multiply it by 1500 meters. So as speed, we should be getting speed ne. Speed ne අපට එන්න ඕනේ. So for speed, what is the equation that we can use? So what are the units? What are the units of speed? Meters per second. Yes. Units of speed is meters per second. Now can you understand? Because of this equation, make a seconds. 1 over t means seconds. Can you understand? This unit converts as s minus 1. And frequency is measured in hertz means 1 hertz is equal to 1 s minus 1. Instead of hertz, I am writing s minus 1. So, you think, can you understand? If I just multiply these two, I am getting m s minus 1 as the final answer. What is 200 times 10 to the power 3? I can write this 2 times 10 to the power 5. Can you understand that? Multiplied by This, can you understand this? I can write 1.5 times 10 to the power 3 meters. 1.5 times 10 to the power 3 meters. Then so what happens when you multiply? We get 3 times 10 to the power 8 m s minus 1. Are the okay? I mean, if you had not converted this k convert kare nathang, where 10 to the power 3 is, you get a k. So basically this will be 3 times 10 to the power 5 km s minus 1. It's very easy. Okay guys, you can put down your hands. Those who got this question wrong can copy this down now. මෙන්න මේ part එකත් copy කරගන්න. I mean this equation f equals 1 over t, that is also you are going to need. So you had remember 1 hertz is equal to 1 s minus 1. නැත්නම් hertz කියන එක define කරන්න කියලාවත් ඔයාලට බැරි වෙනවා. Hertz means just frequency 1 over time period. Okay, Nemika, you can put down your hand now. Do you have a question? Yeah, okay. Right. Okay. Hurry. Question number 4. 4 in the what's the question number? 6. No, question number 7. 7. Sorry. Ultrasound waves are sound waves with many high frequency. Okay, this is about ultrasound. Ne? May ultrasound waves question you can't really do. You know the reason? It's under sound. It is under sound, but did you attempt the question? Okay. If you attended the question, let's discuss. Okay. Leon, why is your hand raised? All right. You guys attempted the question, no? Okay. I got it. Hurry. Then we discuss करूँ. Ultrasound waves are sound waves with very high frequency. They are often used for medical purposes. They say they are often used for medical purposes. The diagram shows an ultrasound cleaner removing plaque from teeth. The tip of ultrasound cleaner vibrates 96 million per second. 96 million times per second and is sprayed with water. State the frequency. S minus 1. The frequency is 96. What's the frequency? Frequency is 96 million. Is it clear? Why? Make a key one. Read this very carefully. Tip of the ultrasound cleaner vibrates. Make a lean, okay? I'm going to write it and show it to you guys. I'm going to write it and show. Tip of the ultrasound cleaner vibrates 96 million. Okay? 96 million. 96 million times per second. 96 million per second per second means s minus 1. So what's the frequency? 96 million hertz. It's very easy to understand. So it vibrates in 96 million hertz. Okay. Then next part of the question they are saying, suggest how the cleaner removes plaque. What is this plaque? Let's check what is plaque. A sticky deposit on teeth with bacteria. It's something that you use in dental, this thing. You know, I haven't visited the dentist in like a year or so. Right? I have visited the dentist. I have to go and have a visit. But okay. You guys also should do regular checkups, right? You do, yeah, it's good to do because otherwise, imagine if something gets stuck and like it keeps there for a long time and this bacteria gets formed and then it starts eating your teeth. Then they'll have to pull it out. Right? If you don't want that happening, go visit the dentist every once in a while. Okay, at least twice every year. I don't know. I think I haven't gone for like 2 years now. I have to check. You really? Huh. Why was it so? What was the reason you went to the
Just as it's
right, okay. Nothing's wrong. Everything I over stress karna yannattu unne like here's the thing. My sister goes regularly. She's the one who has all the problems. Mang yannet mas I don't think I yeah, mum මොකුත් එහෙම කරන්නේ නැහැ. Like I don't go to the dentist, I don't do anything. I just eat when I eat, that's it. And I don't have hopefully මේක දැන් කිව්වට පස්සේ වෙයිද දන්නේ නැහැ, but hopefully I don't have everything. Next week I'm done දන්නේ guys, I might not be able to do the class because I have to get my tooth out something like that. යන්න බෑ. When is your exam?
20.
Right. And also we have to put extra day for that day we missed last week. ඒක අනිවාර්යෙන් දාලා කරන්න ඕනේ because of the exams. Anyway, here they are asking how they get this thing out, right? How do they get this thing out? Can you understand? The plaque also vibrates. That also vibrates. Now he is sending a very high speed water. It's vibrating at 96 million times per second. When it hits that plaque, that's also gonna vibrate, right? ඒකත් vibrate වෙනවා and then it's gonna like go off after some time. Right? So that's what should be written there. Is that what you wrote? The plaque also vibrates, like the plaque shakes. It breaks the plaque up. ඒක කඩනවා. ඒක කිව්වත් you get marks, okay? Right. If you have any questions there, you can ask me now. Right. Then suggest why water is sprayed on the tip of the cleaner. See, ultrasound cleaner එකෙන් තමයි plaque එක කඩන්නේ. Why is water sprayed? එතෙන් plaque එක කැඩුනම ඒක ඉතුරුලා තියෙනනේ කැලි වගේ. ඒ ටික යවන්න like to clean up the debris. එහෙම කිව්වනම් හරි. To clean the debris, to wash away. නේ? If you just have written to clean, answers ලකුණු දෙන්නේ නැහැ. හොඳේ? If you just have written to clean කියලා ලිව්වොත් ලකුණු දෙන්නේ නැහැ. You have to write to wash away debris, to cool the tip. The මෙතන එක ගොඩාක් vibrate කරද්දි can you understand එක රත් වෙනවා කියලා. To cool the tip, likewise it happens. Cool the tip of the ultrasound cleaner. එකක් කියලා තියෙනවා you get marks. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. මෙතන there is an ultrasound scan of a fetus. What is the image? Bounce of fetus. This is example. The waves are what? මේකේ answer එක මේ කියලාම තියෙනවා. What is the example? The waves are reflected. Can you remember in the definition of reflection I gave bouncing off of light when hitting one medium back to the same medium. මෙතන bounce කියලා ලියලා තියෙනවානේ. Bounce කියලා ලියලා තියෙන එකෙන්ම you should understand it's reflected. Should be the answer for that MCQ. So raise your hands if you had gotten reflected. No. Raise your hands online guys if you have got reflected as the answer there. The question is question number, hold on, next page, question number, hold on, okay, there's no such question. What did you get the answer for?
That's something like I didn't remember seeing a question.
Right. Mamme me minimum okay. Something else. Sorry. This is question number 8. I thought that was Are. Right, okay. My mistake. Okay, question number 9 now. So 9. Question number 9. Sorry guys, my bad. The ultrasound waves has a wavelength of 0.00044 and travel at a speed 1550. Calculate the frequency in megahertz. ආයෙත් මොකක්වත් නැහැ. You have to use V equals F lambda. Okay. Use V equals F lambda there. What is the answer when we use V equals F lambda? 35 megahertz. The mean should be 3.5 megahertz. What is mega? Tell me. Look at the mega again. I mean, we have maga. Like during this. මාග කියන්නේ මේ අර US වල තිබ්බ ඉලෙක්ෂන් එක නෑ not mega Make America great again. Trump slogan. හරිද? දැන් මේක තමයි මාගා. See he went on a talk show, late night talk show එකකට ගියා Trump මේ. කීප දෙනෙක් හිටියා late night talk show. They were talking about මමගා. Make moon great again කියලා කිව්වා. Is it clear? Make America great again. MAGA again. This is like a meme, okay? Mamaga. Make the moon great again. The මේගොල්ලෝ දැන් can you remember like there was a race to the moon? අර කවුද අර black side dark side එකේ land කරන්න? There were 3 countries fighting. Russia, India and America. China හිටියේ නෑනේ. I think the Russian satellite it fell down, no? Indians landed, US people also landed. You see ඒගොල්ලෝ කිව්වේ මේ Trump මේක කරන්න හදන්නේ to make the moon great again කියලා. Right? So that, yeah, that's what happened. Anyway, here mega means මට මේ mega එකත් එක්ක එක මතක් වුණේ. Mega means 10 to the power 6 guys. 10 to the power 6. What's kilo? 10 to the power 3 ne kilo means. Mega means 10 to the power 6. So basically, here you just have to use the equation V equals F lambda to this question. We know what is V, 1540. We are supposed to find what is F, ne? And they have given lambda to us as 0.00044. Then convert this to scientific notation. In mathematics, you learn about that, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can write 44 times 10 to the power minus 5 කියලා ලියන්න පුළුවන් නේ. 44 times 10 to the power minus 5, right Namindi? What will happen if I divide 1540 by 44 times 10 to the power minus 5? Give me a calculator. In your calculator, do it. 1540. So make sure when using the calculator, guys, when make a symbol like use color like this division symbol. Okay. The reason is I put single. Okay, focus I changed. That's why you might be seeing a bit this thing. Okay. Active track enabled. Okay. Right. Just give me 1 second. I'll change the focus this thing. Ultraviolet waves are used by doctors to cure some skin conditions. Suggest 2 differences between ultrasound waves and ultraviolet waves. Okay, that you might not know, no? So ultrasound waves are longitudinal. They are sound waves. Sound waves, I told you, they are longitudinal, right? And ultraviolet waves are transverse. That is the first difference. Ultrasound is longitudinal. It is a sound wave ne matakada. Man kiwa any type of sound wave is longitudinal kila. So ultrasound is longitudinal. Ultraviolet is transverse. Also, now ultraviolet wave is electromagnetic wave. Can you remember I told you electromagnetic wave does not require a medium to transfer. Yanna medium එකක් ඕනේ නැහැ කියලා කිව්ව නේද? So that also you can say ultrasound waves, since they are sound waves, they need air to vibrate for them to travel. They need a medium, basically, simply. So you can say ultrasound needs a medium, ultraviolet do not need a medium. That's it. Ultrasound waves require a medium to travel, and ultraviolet does not require a medium to travel. Okay. Right. Okay. Then next, what have we got? My usual air freshener. The one I hang is not there today. So I think, yeah. Anyway, you know it's not good to use air fresheners. Did you know that? Yeah, but it just smells nice. I mean, now I have seen this organic air freshener. Probably I should get one of them. Like there's this like a box, and then inside that they have like a small something like a cube inside. Yeah. Anyway, guys, so part C, that's the answer for question number 10, no? So we were doing question number 10. We are already in question number 10. We have 18 questions. Yes. So and balahata and questions ටික අමාරු නෝනේ. That's how I have given it anyway. First questions are easy. The last couple of questions are hard. That's how they give in the IGCSE paper as well. Antima questions tika, they make them long and hard to write, and they'll take more time as well. So they are doing it purposefully to stall you in the first couple of questions so that you have no time when you come to the last couple of questions. නැත්තම් they can't get the average හැමෝම paper එක හොඳට ලියනවනේ එතකොට. එහෙම නැත්තම් if not. Okay. So they are not what do you call evil or anything. It's just that that's the standard. Okay. So basically next question, question number 11 guys. In question number 11 they say this question is about parts of the electromagnetic spectrum. So radio waves, A, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, gamma rays. These are what we have. Name the two parts of electromagnetic spectrum are missing. Yes, I mean this you can get the answer here if you look at the previous question. Ne? So what's just before gamma rays? It's the X-rays, ne? And what's just before infrared? Microwaves. So A is microwaves, B is X-rays. Raise your hands if you have gotten that question correct. It's a very easy question. एक paper के answer का दिबिला तीनों, right? Okay, raise your hands guys if you had gotten the answer correct for that question. Question number 11 we are in. Okay, Tehas, didn't you get the answer there? Question number 11 answer करते නැද්ද? You got it right. Yeah, so raise your hands. Okay. No, hurry, come on. Put down your hands. Right. Leon, I hope you have also got it, nah? Okay. Part B. The sun emits different types of electromagnetic waves. Okay, Leon has got it apparently. Yes. Which of the following, which of these is the same for all waves? So all waves in the sense, what is the type of electromagnetic ray emitted by sun? Visible? No. Yeah, it emits visible light and sometimes emit UV as well. හරිද? UV emit කරනවා. හරිද? එතකොට IR emit කරනවා. Yes, it's true. එතකොට which of these is the same for all the waves? Can you not remember speed? Electromagnetic waves ඔක්කොටම එකම speed එක තියෙන්නේ කියලා කිව්ව මට මතකද? Can you remember? All electromagnetic speed, what's the speed of electromagnetic waves? Speed of light, same as speed of light, 3 times 10 to the power 8 meters per second. Make a වෙන විදිහකින් ලියුවොත් this is 300 million meters per second. Okay, right. So the answer is C. Question number 12, first one, answer is C. Raise your hands if you have gotten the answer as C. You got the answer C? You haven't got it C? Raise your hands guys. Okay, Tehas, did you get it? You didn't got the answer, no? Okay. So it's speed, okay? It's speed. Notes පාඩම් කරන්න, study කරන්න ඕනේ තව. Then which type of electromagnetic waves cause sunburn and snow blindness? What? Okay, snow blindness means, have you seen that eye සුදු පාට වෙලා වගේ? That is what snow blindness means. Okay? Right, snowy eyes like this. Okay. What type of electromagnetic waves can cause that to you? UV, you are saying? No, not UV. Yeah. It's not UV. Hold on. Do they have other rays? No. Yes, it is UV. UV තමයි. When you are exposed to ultraviolet rays, you get that snow blindness and sunburn. Sunburn is caused by that. Sunburn means guys like it's a cause for skin cancer. So if you have gotten that question correct, raise your hands, online students. Okay. Nemika, did you got it correct? Yes. Okay, Sasmi, what about you, Sasmi? Got it wrong? Got it correct, no? Okay, great. Right. Question number 7 now. Remember, those who are joining online, you must be on alert. Huh? I might ask you to raise your hands, lower your hands. So now lower your hands. Right? It's okay. Question number 7. Sun emits visible light, infrared, and violet. It basically says, see, sun emits IR, UV, violet that travel through space, reach the surface of the earth. Today the class is not cold, no? As usual, they're hot, ne?
Colors.
Ah, yeah, sorry. Colors. Then which paper am I looking then? Ah, right, okay. Colors. 7 colors. It's good that you told. Thank you, Maya. 7 colors can be seen in visible light spectrum. Which color has the longest wavelength? Okay. Now listen up. In the visible light spectrum, tell me what's before visible light in the sense that normal spectrum and we are starting from radio waves. Longest wavelength, smallest frequency. Then microwaves, IR. Microwaves, IR. Visible light. Then UV. Then X-rays. Then
Gamma.
gamma rays. Then there's something called cosmic rays also. Okay, I mean this you don't have in your syllabus, so don't worry about it that much. However, this visible light, what are the colors? Vibgyor. After infrared, what is the color that we have? Red. Before ultraviolet, what is the color that we have? Violet. So you should remember visible light when the frequency is increasing to the right, when the wavelength is decreasing. So to the right we know frequency is increasing, lambda decreasing. In a wavelength like this, in a spectrum like this, in a spectrum drawn in this manner, right after infrared we've got red always invisible light, and right before UV we've got violet. I've taught this in theory class many times. So which has, they are asking longest wavelength. Longest wavelength means now you know to the right wavelength is decreasing. Furthest මෙතන තියෙන කෙනානේ. It's red, right? So the answer is red. So raise your hands if you had got red as your answer. You got it red. Okay. Red. Okay. So others who did not get the answer correct, do you guys understand now why it is red? I mean, Nemika, you are fine. Nemika also got the answer correct. Okay. So Tehas, this is becoming unacceptable. Okay. You have to study. You have to know this. So if you can't remember this Tehas, just put a small note of this. Taggala dagan. Okay. Taggala dagan note එකක්. Okay. Part question number 14. Okay. Question number 14. A student investigates refraction using a glass block. Okay. Now we are moving on to light part. I think all of you were there when we were discussing this light part. So this is what we'll do. Okay. So basically, I hope you can hear me. Yeah. Yes, I hope you can hear me. Now, what happens here is they say a student investigates refraction using a glass block. Next, she wants to find the refractive index of the glass. She sends ray of light into the block at different angles and measure the angle of incidence and angle of refraction. Next, measure the angle of incidence and angle of refraction. Right. So this is the glass block. This is how light is passing through it. Yes. So the table shows the result. Okay, 15 කියලා වැදිලා නේ question එක. It's the same question. The table shows the result. It's 15 කියලා වැදිලා නේ. Yeah. Okay, that's bad. The table shows the result. You are what you call? Did you have did you do that question?
Yeah.
Alright. Which question didn't you do? Alright, okay, so that is the next question. Okay. Were you able to do it? Alright, okay. So here they have given these angles of incidence and angle of refraction. And the sine values as well. You are just supposed to find what is sine 16 and sine 22. That easily you can find it. So what is the answer there, guys? What is sine 16? What is sine 22? 0.28 and 0.37. Hold on. Let me check. Okay, this is so I'm gonna give you another question. Yeah, correct. The answer is correct. So there, the blank should be 0.28 and 0.37. You just have to take in your calculator. There's a symbol called sine 16 and sine 22. That's it. Then next part they are saying complete the table by calculating. Okay, you have to understand that. Draw sine I against sine R graph. This is where most students struggle. But it's the easiest part. It's like getting free 5 marks. What are the marks going to be again? Okay. I'm just gonna use it. So here, this is how they are giving marks for this graph question. The graph questions because in your semester exam, this is a semester exam you are getting. You might get a graph question, right? Monthly test will do not the graph questions. They might have given like once. I have your papers with me here. What am I saying? I put a balloon. Hold on. This for writing sine I here. They are asking you to write, draw a graph sine I in y-axis, sine R in x-axis. No, even if you didn't know how to draw the graph, just for writing sine I and sine R, method you are getting to marking the labels and axis correctly. You are getting 2 marks. For marking the points and for using a suitable scale, you are getting 1 mark. And for drawing the graph according to that suitable scale using a bed straight line or something, you are given 2 marks. එහෙම marks දෙන්නේ. ඉතින් මේ graph එක අඳින්න දන්නේ නැත්නම් just mark the axis and let's say you are given to write like a frequency and lambda, let's say for example, if something like that, put down the, make sure to write down the units. එච්චරයි. graph එක අඳින්න දන්නේ නැත්නම් just get those 2 marks at least. Right? You'll be given marks then. Okay. Now this is what happens. You have to look at this table. What is sine I? Sine I. Tell me the smallest value for sine I. First of all, we have to define a scale. Determine මේක කොහොමද අදින්නේ කියලා. The smallest value for sine I they have given as 0. What is the largest value? 0.71. So 0 to 0.8. අපිට මෙහෙම ස්කේල් එකක් හදාගන්න පුළුවන් නම් හරිනේ. From 0 to 0.8. Right. So basically, you have to calculate. Have you paper? Yeah. You have to calculate, guys, how many squares are there. මේ squares කියලා මම කියන්නේ මේ small squares. Okay. Can you see these small squares? You have to calculate how many small squares like this. Can you see? Body square. And how many small squares like that are there? So basically, calculate and tell me how many small squares like that are there above to the topmost point, in the sense like somewhere like here. No, not small squares, like these squares. Small squares in the sense like this. These ones are small squares, means these ones. So we know that මේ එකක් ඇතුලේ පොඩි ඒවා චූටි ඒවා පහක් තියෙනවා කියලා අපි දන්නවනේ. You can see that there are 5 like very small squares under this type of square. Okay නෙමෙයිද? So calculate and let me know. And online students, ඔයාලත් මට calculate කරලා කීයක් තියෙනවද කියලා දාන්න to our මේ Google Meet chat. Okay, you are saying 15 to the topmost point. Okay, we are saying 15. But I confirm is it 15 or not? Is it 15 or not, guys? Okay, then I'm taking as 15. Now what you need to do is 15 thin. So basically, can you understand? If you take like uh, if you take like this, if you take it like this, 10 by 10, 10, 20, 30, 40. So for 10 means make sure to take 2 squares. Okay, 2 squares, then method 22 squares. Likewise, when you are completed with 15, you will have like up to 7.5, up to 0.8 not 10 20, 10 20 then method. Look at the values they have given. They have given 0.1. So who is that? 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. Okay, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8. You can go up to 0.75 with the topmost. I mean, you won't need the 0.8. Just give me 1 minute. Do that, will you? Okay. Can you hear me now? Right. Was this part clear to everyone? Online students, was it clear to you? For you all, it is clear. Those who are joining online, was it clear to you? Yes. For Tehas, it is been correct. Raise hand if this was clear. Raise your hands if this is clear. Hurry. Okay. So now y-axis we are done. Sine I. Now we have to figure out something similar to the x-axis as well. x-axis so for the x-axis, find what is the smallest and largest value. Smallest value is 0. Sine r. Then what is the largest value? 0.47. So again, you don't need to exactly calculate. How many are there roughly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Roughly 12, no? Here also you can use the same scale. Ne? Like for two small squares, you can take 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, right? 0.5, 0.5, 0.6 දාද්දි ඉවර වෙනවා. නේ? Once you write 0.6, the graph will be over. Okay, so this is the graph. Here's the thing. This taking a correct axis, labeling a correct axis like this will take some time. That is fine. Axis ටික හරියට scale එකකට හදාගන්න time ටිකක් යනවා. But that is fine. It's completely normal. ඔයාලා exam එකට යන්න කලින් if you practice like 4 or 5 graphs, naturally for any graph that you are given, you will be able to come up with a suitable scale like this. ඔයාලට කරන්න තියෙන අරක calculate කරා. Find the smallest value, find the largest value. Okay, smallest value, largest value, then you have a range. No, I should come up with a range like this. Then equally you can divide and get a range nicely. That's right. Don't think too much of it. Hurry. Then now remember, each division has 10 small squares. So they like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 small squares each division. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 small squares up, 10 small squares to the right. Okay, so now let's continue with marking, with plotting. So at sine I, when sine I is 0, sine r is also 0. So this is 1 point. So when marking, remember you have to mark with a cross. You have to mark with a cross. I'm going to mark it in green color. Then when sine I is 0.26, this is 0.26. Sorry, 0.2. Okay, mark don't mark it like this. I'm just marking for my reference. Sine r will be 0.17. So first of all, you have to mark the point. You have to use your ruler here. First of all, find 0.17. 17 will be somewhere like here. Then on a pencil in podi tick එකක් දාගන්න දෙන connect the point like this. මෙහෙම dotted lines දාන්න එපා. You don't need to really put the dotted lines. Hello. Yeah, good morning. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Guys, just give me 1 minute. Yeah, good morning. Yeah. Yeah. So the class is actually tonight. Individual classes, you mean? Yeah, I'm doing individual classes, but I'll have to check my time slots. Ah, yeah, that's also possible. Hold on. Yeah. So Puta, now actually I'm in a class. Can you call me after 10:30 today? 10:30? Yeah. Okay. 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 All right. Okay. We'll see. Just call me after 10. Will you? 10:30. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Sorry about that. There's one student going abroad. That's someone else. Okay. He's saying, sir, I'm in a class. Okay. Mark first point as this. That is the first point. Use your ruler. So how can you use your? Let me give you a ruler. How can you use your ruler for this? Let's say you mark here body pencil and චූටි ටික් එකක් දාගන්න, then use your ruler, make sure you mark it at the exact point. මෙහෙන් බලලා ඒ point එක හරියට mark කරන්න ඕනේ. Okay, right? So be very careful when doing it. Then now actually remember, මෙන්න මෙහෙම dotted lines දාන්න එපා. Don't put dotted lines like this. I mean, if you want, you can, but erase them after you have marked. Make sure when marking this cross, mark it with your pen. When plotting the line, dotted line එක දාලා pencil එකෙන් දාලා පස්සේ මකන්න. Okay, is it clear? So then next what have you got here? Next what we have is the next point. Look at what's the next point, guys? 0.42. 0.42. What was the sign R value that we found there? When it was 0.42, what's the sign R value? You found sign 16, right? 28. So 0.42. This is 0.42. Ne? What is 0.28? 28 is somewhere here on the line. So this is our second point. Now remember, when drawing this dotted line, you can use your pencil. After that, you can erase. It's better. I had a pencil somewhere around here lying with the mechanical pencil. There's like a tip. There's a what do you call eraser. You can quickly erase this after plotting. It's easy. Yeah, like that. Yes. Okay. So then again, after plotting, you can erase the dotted lines. May dotted lines done just in case. If you feel like, if you are confident your point is correct that you found, straight away with a pen you can mark. Correct? Okay. When you are like practicing at home, come on, maybe the pudon tawlak ne. Okay, sure. Then 0.57. What is the value of a sin R value for 0.57? 0.38. 37. Okay. So 0.57. 0.57 is somewhere here. 0.37. මෙතන හරිද මං? Is this point correct? Is the second point correct? Hold on. Omaya, is the second point correct? Our second point? Is it 0? It should be sin I should be 0.26 ne? මම වරදලා දාලා තින්නේ. no, 0.42. 280 sin R.
Yeah.
Sin I is in y-axis, sin R is in x-axis. And then next one is 0.57. Oh no, my point was correct, no? Yeah. Yes, my point was correct. Okay. It was somewhere here drawn. Yes. Drawn somewhere here. Yeah, here. Somewhere here. And then next what we have is what have we got here? Actually, next point 0.57, 0.32, 37. 0.57 is somewhere here. 0.37 is somewhere here. Then mark it. 0.57, 0.37. Now the graph is looking up, right? You are getting now a certain shape, ne? So you now erase this part. Then last one, 0.71. 0.71 is somewhere here, and 0.47. 47 is somewhere here. It's very easy. This is your graph. Erase the dotted lines. Right? Once you're completed, erase the dotted lines. And now what should you do? You can use the ruler to draw this graph. Habai, it is better. Okay? It is better if you can just connect the first point and the last point. Like use your free hand. නිකන් කෙලින්ම just draw a diagram. මෙහෙමයි. මතක තියාගන්න. These crosses don't have to be on top of the graph. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයාට හැම point එකම cut කරගෙන යන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. That is what we call a best fit line. Best fit line means the cross lines can be either sides. දෙපැත්ත තිබ්බට අවුලක් නැහැ. ඔයාට කොහොම හරි මේක ලස්සනට the graph should be like linear. මම මේ වගේ ඇඳ වගේ free hand. Without using a ruler, try to draw it with your free hand. මෙහෙම. Okay? So these orange color points, orange color crosses, don't worry about them. They are not the actual crosses. Hurry. Now, raise your hands, online students, if you understood how to get this graph. Make graph raise your hands. Okay. Right. Sehansa. Yes, you have also understood. Great. Great. Glad to hear. Okay. Right. Now, that is it basically. Yes, this is it. This is the graph. So for drawing this graph and plotting the lines correctly, you get 3 marks. For marking the 2 axes, you get 2 marks. Okay. Now, you haven't drawn it. No. Okay. So everyone, mark the axis properly and draw this graph, will you? Okay. You have drawn Maya. I thought you were also writing. Get this drawn. Mark the axis correctly. Yeah. What is this? Patches okay. Right. Leon, do you have an issue? Do you have a question? No. You are done. You meant to say you are done, no? Yes. Okay. So guys, raise your hands if you're done drawing this. Online students, you're done. I'll be back while the minute is done. You're done? You do it pretty quickly. Roughly, okay. Right. There are some writing. I think there are some people writing. Okay, take your time, guys. There's no rush. We have time. Don't lower your hands yet. Tehas, you are done. Sasmi also, I think you're also done, no? Okay, Sasmi is done. What about Tehas? Are you done, Tehas? Yes. Okay, I'm going to take it as a yes. Right, we are going to move to the next part. Now, lower your hands. Now they are saying, Roman number 3, use the graph to find the refractive index of glass. So this is for glass. This is sin I and sin R angles for glass. Can you remember what is meant by refractive index? What is refractive index? Can you remember N? Refractive index කියන එක මම පොඩි explanation එකක් කියන්නම්. Okay, I'll just give a small explanation on what is this refractive index. Simply, is messaging again. Okay, simply refractive index is like a ratio. It's a ratio that we take which explains how much light bends in a medium. Okay, which explains how much light bends in a medium. So always remember, refractive index of air is 1, and we are measuring the refractive index of other indexes relative to air. So that means refractive index will always be greater or equal than 1. It will be either same as that of air or greater than air. It can't be less than 1. Never. Okay? This you have to understand. So it's a ratio. It's a ratio. No. Refractive index is a ratio. So the symbol that we use to represent this refractive index is N, guys. Index is a ratio used to determine refractive index is a ratio used to determine. Guys, why are the hands up? You can put them down now. You're done? Yes. If you have questions, then raise your hands. Okay, if not, just lower until I say so. Okay, right. Refractive index is a ratio used to determine how much light bends in a medium. In a medium, it's that easy. That is what is meant by refractive index. Okay, then you have to also understand the equation to calculate this refractive index. In most common scenarios, refractive index n is equal to sine I over sine r. Is it clear? So they are saying in the question, from the graph calculate the refractive index of glass. Okay? So in our graph, tell me what is y axis? Sine I. What is x axis? Sine r. How do we calculate the gradient? What is meant by gradient? Gradient in a graph, can you remember, is just change in y axis over change in x axis.
Gradient equals.
Delta y over delta x, like y1 y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. In maths you have learned that, remember?
So
Yes.
gradient is refractive index.
Yes. In the sine I and sine r graph, in a sine I versus sine r graph, can you understand? Delta y will be in sine I and delta r will be in sine r. Then what is the gradient? Gradient means the refractive index. So they are simply asking us to find the gradient, aren't they? Yes. So find the gradient. You can find the gradient, right? Here's the thing. The way you can find the gradient is, consider 2 points. Consider the furthest point and the this point. You know the coordinates here of these 2 points. Draw this triangle. Find the what is the difference in y-axis. Find the difference in x-axis, and divide them. You'll be able to get gradient. No, and so if anyone is wondering what is meant by this term delta, delta means this is called delta. Okay, this triangle, it's called delta. It's a Greek symbol from the Greek alphabet. It's called change in. Okay, guys, change in. That's what it's called. So change in y-axis, change in x-axis. It's like that. Okay. So those who want to copy down what's refractive index, just copy it down. Find the gradient when I come back. Okay, Nemindi, you can use Omaya's paper. In the sense, you guys can, both of you can discuss and get the gradient together. Okay. So those who are joining online, if you have found the gradient, just raise your hands. Okay. After you have found the gradient and after completing this note, raise your hands. This note is only if you want to write it, and when you are writing it, write it on the paper itself. It's easier. Okay. Yes. Are you guys done? Got the gravy? No. Not yet. Okay, no one has raised their hands. All of now, like we have time. Actually, we are on schedule today. I plan on finishing this paper within today, and I think we can. Hopefully. How many questions more? This is the. Okay, we have one question. Oh, actually, we have two questions more. Yeah, we still can. We have 20 minutes left also. Yeah, fair on time. So next way, we have to discuss the next day. Hi. Is there a holiday coming up? Oh, calendar is going on. Let me just take the calendar. Is there a holiday coming up?
We had four,
They have a poem on second. That is correct. That is true. Uh,
there might be another holiday at the end of
after the exams, calendar one year. What to do after the exams?
for the exam. There's no holiday.
No, then what I do is I will make a holiday. Let's create a holiday, but I can let me get the calendar. Calendar. Doesn't this have calendar? Yes. Right. Okay. So today it's 8th of March. Right, today is 8th. Hi. Two people are done. Let's just wait till you guys finish this question. So Senoli, Sasmi, Chehansa, Tehas, if you guys are finished with the question and got a gradient, like got an answer, just raise your hand. Don't lower the intelligence, okay? 9, 10, I can't. What answer? You got an answer? What's the answer you getting? 1.51. Let's check. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that is the answer. So in the marking scheme, right. Sehansa, you are still trying. You take your time and try. If not, raise your hand. So I can hear you, but my computer is froze. I am done. Alright, okay. Sehansa is done. Sehansa, why don't you try rejoining the meeting? Just leave and rejoin with you. Wait until your computer like unfreeze. Rejoin with you. It's fine. Yeah, it's stuck, sir. Oh, okay. Okay, just wait till it is unstuck and then rejoin. Okay, right. We'll see. Okay, right. You wait of class ends. And also, guys, if you have any other questions in the sense that you missed discussing, online students, just wait a couple of minutes after the class. Or just don't leave straight away. Okay. Right. Okay. Now, hopefully everyone is done. The answer is if you are getting an answer between 1.5 and 1.6, your answer is correct. If not, it's just taking the difference between this. So if you have not gotten an answer, this is like Marco Polo. If you have not gotten an answer between 1.5 and 1.6, raise your hands. Okay, so Senoli has got the answer correctly. They have also had got the correct answer. Correct answer should be between 1.5 and 1.6. Okay, so Leon and Nemika, is your answer between 1.5 and 1.6? If it is not, only raise your hands. Okay. Okay, all of you got answers between 1.5 and 1.6. Yes. So it translates to yes. Okay. That's good. The answer should be between 1.5 and 1.6. So it's okay to get 1.51, 1.55, 1.4. 1.4 is there, 1.53, 1.52, 1.59. As long as you are getting there, you are correct. Okay. Then part B of this question. They are saying suggest two reasons why using the graph to find refractive index is better than simply calculating the using a pair of angles from the table. Why? What is the reason? We can take an average of readings. When you draw the graph, we use multiple readings. So we can take an average refractive index. Also, what can we see? What else have they said? We can find average reading. What else? What else can we see? Also, you can say that this allows what? We can ignore the anomalies. What are anomalies? Anomalies or anomalies? One of the anomalous readings can one readings that are not in the pattern. Readings that are out of pattern. We can avoid them. Okay? We can only use these patterns that are given to us here. Okay. Hi. So as long as we have written something like that, oh, like reduce errors that can happen, can make an average reading, can get a better value. Likewise, oh, whenever you get marks. Okay, you have to apply 2 points like that. That's it. Okay. Part 3. In part 3, where's my mic? So what have I been speaking to all this time? Has it been there always? Yes. Apparently yes. Awesome workout 3. Okay. So basically, next question. Question number, what's our question number? 17. Question number 17. Yes. So now they have literally given a glass block. We just finished a question where they had drawn something from a glass block. So you have to complete this diagram. I mean, can't you complete the diagram? Show me the complete diagram. You haven't completed it. Alright, okay. We'll see. Just by looking at the previous question, there's one way you can convert the glass block. That is true. However, there's like a better way to it. If you remember what happens when a light ray is traveling from denser to rarer and rarer to denser. Do you know what's the denser and rarer medium? You know. I'm just gonna explain though. I'll just explain. Okay. I'm gonna explain it again. So this part we are gonna erase. Those who want to take a screenshot just in case, take one now. 3. Okay, 2, 1. Okay, I'm gonna erase now. Right. So this is what happens here. This is what happens. When a light ray is traveling, okay, especially during refraction, we define two types of media called dense and rare medium. Denser medium means medium in which light rays travels slower. Medium where light travels slower. So those who want this, start writing now. Hurry. Rare medium, so don't write it in your theory book, write it on the paper itself. Rare medium means medium where light travels faster. Then this depends on the medium. For example, let's say you are given water and air. Water and air do not. Water is the denser medium, air is the rare medium. If you are given glass and water, then water is the rare medium, glass is the denser medium. Depends on the two types of media you are given. So in this question, they have given glass and air. So tell me, in this question, may question what is the denser medium, what is the rare medium? Yeah, yes, correct. So denser medium is glass. Denser medium is glass. Rare medium is air. Denser medium is glass. Rare medium is air. So basically, that's what happens there. Then guys, you have to understand the theory part. You have to recall the theory part I told you. I asked you only remember once. I asked you only to remember what happens when the light ray travels from denser to rarer. Denser to rarer යද්දී මොකද වෙන්නේ? Bends towards the normal or away from the normal? Denser to rarer. Water to air gun. Away from the normal නේ. Bends away from the normal. Bends away from the normal. Then what will happen if the light rays travel from rare to dense? Automatically bends towards the normal. මං ඒක ලියන්නේ I only write denser to rare. You only remember this. Automatically the opposite will be towards the normal. හරිද? එකක් මත තියාගන්න. හරි? So then basically this is air. This is glass. The point where incident ray meets the boundary, they have drawn the normal for you in the question. Right? And they have marked the point as P. So now air to glass, can you understand, is rarer to denser. If it rarer to denser, it should bend towards the normal. Okay? So you should draw the diagram like this. So if this angle is I, this R should be lower than I. Okay? R should be lower than I. This normal, dotted line එකෙන් මම දාලා තියෙන normal කියන එක, it's an imaginary line that we write in order to measure the angle. නේ? It's always drawn perpendicular to the boundary. මේ තියෙන normal එක. Normal definition is මම මේක කීප සැරයක්ම කියලා තිනවා. It's an imaginary line drawn perpendicular. So perpendicular කියන එකේ symbol එක is this. Perpendicular to the boundary. To the boundary. Okay. Right. This note looks neat and colorful. It's good. It's a good sign. Okay. Hurry. So they have said, however, draw the ray that continues inside the block, labeling the angle of incidence and angle of refraction. Then they have said, draw the ray that leaves the block. We did it in class through a glass block. See, in the exam also you can get a question like this. So I'm gonna erase this dense and rare part. I'm make a erase karna. Now this is our glass block. What happens here? I'm gonna extend this ray. To this point. Then again we are going to have to draw normal. Now can you understand? This is glass and this is air. So now it's denser to rare. Glass to air. Glass to air. So this angle will be incident angle. Basically this will be equal to R. R angle. Then what will happen? This will be moving away from the normal. But remember, when drawing this second line, it has to be parallel with this line. Parallelly. Is it clear? Because why? This angle should be equal to I. E කියලා කියන්නේ මේකට කියනවා emergent angle කියලා. Emergent angle. Why? The ray is emerging out. No. E will be equal to I. ඒකයි මේ ray එක equally parallel තියෙන්නේ. Okay? So in the exam, don't draw this dotted line. මේ dotted line එක අඳින්න එපා exam එකේ, not the normal. මේ මම parallel දාලා තියෙන එක අඳින්න එපා. Remember, but when drawing, you can use the pencil, mark it parallelly. ඒකට ගානට parallelly ගන්න පුළුවන් අරගෙන erase කරලා දාන්න. Okay? Right. හරිනේ? This is how we should draw it. Then now the student is giving values. So find sin I and sin R, sin 60 and sin 34. Sin 60 means root 3 over 2. What's the value?
0.87.
Sin I is how much? 0.87 and sin R is 0.56. Okay, so that's it. If these are the values you have got, this question is correct. You have gotten you get marks. Then state the equation: refractive index, angle of incidence, angle of refraction. What's the equation there? What's the equation that we have to use there? N equals, so you have to state basically refractive index equals sin I over sin R, the equation that we just learnt about. You can use N equals sin I over sin R. If you write it like this, you still get marks. Okay, however, use the values that they have given there, use the words that they have given there. It's better. Make it දීලා තියෙන terms වලින් ලියන්න try කරන්න. Okay, right. Then finally calculate the refractive index. So basically මේ බලන්න 0.87 over 0.56. What's the answer? 0.55. That's the refractive index. Remember, refractive index does not have any units. Huh? Refractive index does not have any units. Uh, Sehansa's laptop seems stuck. So Sehansa, since your laptop is stuck, don't worry about it. I'll send you this recording. Huh? The last part. So we have to discuss the two questions. No? I was anyway recording the whole session because some other students has requested it. I'll send you that recording. You can watch the parts that you missed. Huh? So Tehas, you also I'll send you the recording. Huh? The first part, the first half an hour, you missed it, no, completely. Okay. So then refract index you have found. Now part C. So part C also there. Look question here. See, the last questions are longer. How the student continues to investigation to obtain a more accurate value for refractive index of glass. මොකද ගන්න පුළුවන්? Repeat the experiment again. Ne? We can repeat the experiment again and calculate the average value. That's enough. Only no 3 marks even. Repeat the experiment to calculate an average value. Okay, some waves travel across the sea. They all have the same wavelength. Right. Now where are they going with this? They are saying what is meant by the term wavelength. Wavelength means the distance traveled. Uh, what is meant by wavelength? Distance between two crests. Distance between two troughs. Distance for a complete oscillation. Distance traveled by a wave for one complete oscillation. Distance between two rarefactions. Distance between two compressions. There are 5 definitions for wavelength. Anything you can write. Distance. The main common definition is, you can write down for those who have not written. The distance traveled by a wave for one complete oscillation. One oscillation means something like this, no? Distance. So distance means this distance. And make a wavelength. Is it clear? Okay. Then next part B, first one. So here they have asked you the equation for V equals F lambda. So speed D equals frequency into wavelength. You get correct marks there. Okay. Then how do we calculate the wavelength? Use the again equation. So 3 divided by 1.5. 2 meters. Ne? 2 meters is the answer there. It's a very easy question. Right. Did we do diffraction? No, we don't have diffraction, that's why. So I don't think we have this in our syllabus. Yes. A's paper. However, yeah. You have this under Doppler's effect. Doppler's effect but not this really. You do have diffraction though, but let me just check your syllabus. You don't think we have diffraction? Yeah, it's in A levels, but just like, yeah, not diffraction. Yeah, this question I don't think. Then come on, say, is there anyone who tried question number 18? Online students, try kara the hari. Raise your hand if you tried to do question number 18. Try kara. Nobody? Actually? Okay, Sasmi tried. Right. Senoli tried. Senoli has tried. Tehas and Leon, Nemika, you haven't tried? Come on. It's okay. It's okay. I'll just go over this question again. You don't have this in your syllabus, but I'll just like say for the sake of it, I've given it to anyway. This scenario, okay, this is called diffraction. Make it diffraction. So this is produced when wave fronts දැන් අර water waves නේ ඔය පෙන්නේ straight lines වගේ when we look at water waves from the top wave fronts we have learned right when wave fronts pass through a gap slit or edge දැන් මෙතන නම් gap එකක් slit is something smaller than this edge is like edge of a glass block edge එකක් කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේ වගේ scenario එකක් ouch again I'm getting these electric shocks podi it might be because of this electrostatic forces නේ no that because of electrostatic forces like I've been rubbing this board and then touching the metals touching the laptop podi electrostatic forces නැති because of imbalance of electrons and protons can't you hear like tuck gala forces එනවා මට current දිනවා විතර it's like electrostatic forces yes එක වෙනවා anyway because I'm like rubbing always නේ ඒක reason එක okay so edge means something like this imagine this is a glass block දැන් මෙතන තියෙන container එකක් මේ පැත්තම වහලා glass block එකක් තියෙනවා now I'm sending waves like this මෙතනින් මෙහෙම ගිහින් මෙතනදී it like bend like this okay that is diffraction through edge ඒකට තමයි diffraction through edge කියන්නේ you don't have this in your syllabus හැබැයි ඉතින් මේක දැනගත්ත කියලා අවුලක් නැහැ like it's like good for you no extra knowledge ඉතින් ඔයාලා A level physics කරනවා නම් මේක දන්නවා ඒකට okay so this pattern is produced achara කියන්නේ this is called diffraction this is produced when wave fronts travel through a gap slit or edge hari achara then explain why light waves do not make a similar pattern as they pass through the same gap why is that light of wavelength of light is very small than water okay wavelength of light is very small than but actually you learn in A levels that light also can do this and light has particle properties so electron can behave as a particle and a wave at the same time but it's called what do you call particle duality of electron wave particle duality or wave theory of electrons are as you know a particle they can what do you call act as a wave as well ඒක තමයි wave particle duality කියන්නේ I mean if you're doing A levels you learn it for physics I mean I teach it for my students but other than that yes දැනගෙන තියාගත්තට ඕලක් නැහැ ඒක you know it's actually pretty interesting when this theorem was discovered okay Einstein කිව්වා මේ if you are looking at an object again Einstein explained this okay using photons මතකද photoelectric theory වලින් එයා කිව්වා okay don't think of these terms photons කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා it's like think of light as particles energy packets traveling එතකොට මේ then there was this scientist Niels Bohr at that time Niels Bohr Einstein will let us යවනවා එහාට මෙහාට discussing this thing okay this wave particle duality this was a new theorem back then එතකොට Niels Bohr said then Einstein එයාට යවපු letter එක කියනවා if you are looking at an object it's there it's there you can see it it's like a particle if you are looking away from object it's not there ඒ කියන්නේ simply කියන්නේ when you are looking at electron it behaves as a particle these objects and everything they are made of electrons නේ if you are looking away from the electron they are behaving as a wave you can't see them Niels Bohr අහනවා අනිත් පැත්තට so according to what you are saying Einstein if we look at the moon is there if we don't look at the moon is not there he replies yes Einstein කියනවා yes කියලා so in this western science අපි බයිබල් එක වටේනේ revolve වෙන්නේ like they think they that's what they believe no like they believe in God right එතකොට they believe that God what do you call produced all of this මේක හැදුවේ ඔක්කොම දෙවියන් වහන්සේ කියලා කියන්නේ so basically Niels Bohr asked then is God playing dice if we look at moon the moon is there if we don't look at moon is not there then Niels Bohr is asking මේ දෙවියන් වහන්සේ අපිත් එක්ක සෙල්ලම් කරනවා this God playing dice with us is it clear hari okay so that's where the saying comes මේ saying එක if you go to like a scientific community or physicist කෙනෙක් වෙන්න යනවා නම් මේක අහන්න ලැබෙයි ගොඩක් okay so then you'll remember when you just කිව්වා කියලා okay doesn't matter now that's it and what happened last week was a very funny situation hari මෙහෙම වුණේ we had this arms giving okay we have to put extra class to that hopefully before the next week exam මම එක next week දාන්න උතර බයත් next exam එක ළඟයි කියලා මම කරගෙන බලමු what happened was we had this arms giving no I had a small sore throat I was up from 12 midnight so we had the arms giving on Sunday මං රෑ 12 ඉඳන් විතර නැගිටලා because there were we had to feed like 100 like 50 monks and like other 50 or other people who were there. එතන ඉන්නවනේ කට්ටිය දාන දෙද්දි. So then what happened was I was up till 12 am in midnight. හැදුවා නිකන් 40 curries. Different types of curries. 40 and there were like many desserts. ඒ ඔක්කොම හදන්න cooksලා 8ක් විතර ඇවිල්ලා ඒගොල්ලෝ උයනවා එතන ඉඳන්. මම මෙහාට back and forth 15 kilometers to that temple. I went back and forth 4 and 5 times. මේ බඩු ගහලා නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ like to bring අර එක එක කෑම ගේන්න කියනවා. then like beans ගේන්න කියන බඩු නැහැ. හරිද? මද වෙලා I had to go looking for laughs super 24 hours ඇල්ලලා තියෙන ඒවා හොයන් යන්න උනා මට බම්බල පිටියටම from කඩුවෙල. right? 30 kilometers විතර මම back and forth යනවා. From 12 am in midnight that went it on for like 8 උදේ 8 වෙනකන් ගියා ඒක. So this was for lunch. ඒ හදන්න එපා ගොඩක් 40 curries in the sense ඉතින්. Then what happened was I had a small sore throat. මම ඊට පස්සේ එතන කැම ගොඩකුත් තියෙනවානේ. I like ate bit of everything. And then I ate the desserts. ඒ ඔක්කොම දැන් මේ හොඳටම අමාරු වුණා ඊට පස්සේ. හරිද? Then anyway my aunt, she's like a huge English teacher in Kurunayakala. She came specifically for the alms giving with her daughter, my cousin sister, small sister. My parents and everyone were anyway exhausted. They straight away came home. මං කිව්වා හරි නන්ද let's go මේ අපි යන් ඒගොල්ලෝ they also wanted to go around Colombo. කාලෙකින් ආවේ. They want to go around Colombo. So I was like all right, let's go. Then we went to CCC Marino Mall. One goal face ගියා. ඊට පස්සේ ඔය යන හැමතැනම I hit the food court. හරිද? I ate something. හරිද? ඔය හරි කාවිබි and I got like a new pair of sunglasses. පොඩි ඇඳුම් වගේක් ගත්තා. malls වලනේ. You have to buy something. No, my aunt bought these soaps and stuff. ගොඩක් ගත්තා. එතන තියෙනවනේ OGF එක ඇතුලේ. They have this small like mini market. තියෙනවා. එතකොට anyway we went on goal face එකෙත් අර නිකන් රහ බැලුවා කාලා මොන හරි. ඒ කියන්නේ හරිත් නේ upset ගියා. Anyway what happened was when I came home හරිද I couldn't breathe. And breathe කියන්නේ because of this phlegm and everything. මට හුස්ම ගන්න බෑ හොඳටම සෙම. What happened was I went to I couldn't breathe. I started taking antibiotics. Antibiotics, it didn't work on me. Antibiotics stopped working. I had to go to hospital. They gave me an injection. Right? Then only I was able to breathe. Actually, I think that's what happened. Anyway, your class was not there because of Dhamsgiving. After Dhamsgiving, I couldn't do class for like 2-3 days. Tuesday night, my first class. Okay. So that's it. That is it for today. Tehas, you those who have questions, online students, they can wait. Others, you guys can leave. Goodbye. Tehas product in not a question. Explain karagan, and you all also can leave. Okay. Goodbye. Do you have any questions, Senoli, Sasmi? Based on the paper, hari mock hari tino nang kiyanna. Goodbye. Okay. Okay. Goodbye, Omaya. Goodbye. Namindi, just check. Goodbye. Okay, the mother's there. She asked me when the class was ending. I said 10:30. Yeah, we missed last week. We have to see with others also. Balan one. And also, right. Tehas, tell me, where did we? What was the topic? What was the question that you want me to discuss with you? Can't hear. Hen. 7. Okay, 7 abhi kambal. What's up with 7?
Did you do that today, class, please?
Right. Question number 7 ne. Can't hear Tehas. මොකද මට ඇහෙන්නේ නැහැ නෝ කයනවා.
I can't understand how did we got that answer.
Right. How did we got that answer in the sense which answer? In question number 7 මෙතන තියෙනවා state the frequency in R, right? 96 million you mean?
No.
96 million the? Yeah, then. Yeah.
That's fine. And then last week she didn't pay.
Okay, you can straight away 5,000 pay කරනවා. Okay. එතකොට ගෙවන්න තිබ්බේ 4,500 නේ කොහොමද? Yeah. Okay. Your mother is not there, no? No. Okay. Right. So Tehas, this is how we got the answer there actually. Okay. So basically, just read the question. this is about ultrasound. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙහෙමයි. first ඔයාගේ තාම semester එකේ sound ගැන අහන්නේ නැහැ. Okay, this is my mistake, but anyway with the knowledge that you have you should be able to do this question. මේ question එක කරන්නේ මෙන්න මෙහෙම. හරිද? මේ question එක කරන්නේ they say ultrasound waves with very high frequency are often used for medicinal purposes, medical purposes. Then they say dentists use ultrasound waves to clean patients' teeth. Okay, Nimin, goodbye. Okay, dentists use ultrasound waves to clean, removes මේ remove කියන්නේ plaque කියන්නේ මොකක් හරි අර බැක්ටීරියා හිර වෙලා මොකක් හරි හැදිච්ච clot එකක් වගේ. හරිද කට ඇතුලේ. then මේ ultrasound clean එක මෙහෙම තියෙනවා. මේකේ tip එක තියෙන්නේ. tip is vibrating. හරිද? අපි water spray එකක් අල්ලනවා. අර plaque එක ගාව tip එක තියලා මේක vibrate වෙනවා. okay, the tip is vibrating. Is it clear? එච්චරක් කරන් clear නේ? yes. ඊට පස්සේ Tehas, you have to understand what happens there is that මෙයාලා කියනවා මේ tip of ultrasound waves vibrates 96 million times per second. 96 million times per second. What does it mean by 96 million times per second? දැන් ඔයාලට මතකද මේ frequency කියන්නේ frequency definition එක අපේ right? frequency වල definition එක උනේ මොකක්ද? F equals 1 over t. What does 1 over t give you? Seconds නේ. So මේක එන්නේ unit එක s to the power minus 1. right Tehas? s to the power minus 1. ඉතින් s to the power minus 1 එනවා කියන්නේ what does it mean? s to the power minus 1 එනවා කියන්නේ Tehas, can you understand? They say per second මේ 96 million times per second කියන එක underline කරගන්න. Per second means s to the power minus 1. So basically මෙයාලා මෙතන කියලා තියෙන්නේ වචනෙන් 96 million times per second කියලා 96 million s minus 1 කියන එක. Is this clear? එතකොට then can you understand? අපි frequency ගන්නේ hertz වලින්. I told you no. 1 hertz is equal to 1 s minus 1. ඉතින් the frequency is 96 million hertz. හරිනේ? Hari 6.2 okay, yes, calculate the speed of these radio waves and give the unit. okay, මෙතන ඔයාලට use කරන්න තියෙන්නේ v equals f lambda නේ මතකද? you have to use v equals f lambda here. so what does this v equals? sorry,
I got 300 meters per second.
නෑ 300 meters per second නෙමෙයි එන්නේ. මේ බලන්න මේ බලන්න. ඔයාලට පේනවද මෙතන තියෙන්නේ 200 kilohertz. නිකං hertz නෙමේ 200 kilohertz. What does kilohertz mean? 10 to the power 3 කියලා මතකද? කිලෝ කියන්නේ මතකයි නේද? right. ඊට පස්සේ what is the length? wavelength 1500 meters. ඊට පස්සේ instead of kilo හරිද? අපි මේක 10 to the power 3 කරමු. 10 to the power 3 hertz. දැන් මේ kilohertz තමයි මේකට equal times 1500. ඉතින් ඔයා දන්නවනේ මේ hertz කියන්නේ s to the power minus 1 කියලා. So since it is the velocity we are finding, the final answer we should get as what? We should get as ms minus 1 නේ. final answer එකෙන් ඕනේ ms minus 1 නේ basically. මතකද? එතකොට what happens? Can you understand? 200 times 1500 කියලා ගන්න නැතුව අපි මේක ගමු 2 times 10 to the power 5 hertz කියලා. මේක තේරෙනවද? 2 times 10 to the power 5 hertz. And I'm going to take 1500 as 1.5 times 10 to the power 3 meters. හරිද? හරි නේද මේ? 1 2 3 හරි. එතකොට can you understand this will become 3 times 10 to the power 8. 2 times 1.5 කියන්නේ 3. 10 to the power 5 times 10 to the power 3 කියන්නේ 10 to the power 8. So 3 times 10 to the power 8 meters per second. Basically මේ තියෙන speed of light. හරිද? Is it clear? දැන් හරි නේද? ඔයාලට questions තියෙනවා නම් තව අහන්න. මේ and also Tehas try to come physically එන්න බලන්න. physically ආවම ඔයාලට ලේසි. right? And actually, the other thing I've been wanting to ask, ඇයි මේ හැමදාම පරක් වෙන්නේ? නැගිටින්න පරක් වෙනවා. එහෙම බෑ. අපිට කලින් නැගිටින්න okay next day. Right? Sleep early. Okay, Tehas. Goodbye. Okay. Okay. Right. So those who are watching the recording also, goodbye.